was an interesting moment for me at the time because I really wasn't seeking someone or anyone, I should say. I just hoped if I did meet someone that they would be a positive person to meet. Everything he was saying and doing was making me fall in love with him.
Oh yeah? I know every judge and lawyer. Oh yeah?
Fighting over custody. A lot of people quit going, that's just how it got to be. But she keeps on fighting and it takes a lot of guts.
No justice, no peace!
You two are like two immature cartoon characters.
Objection. Where's any of this evidence of this?
Order.
I'm sanctioning you for $15,000.
I have a right to see my son.
This is all about a child. A poor boy born into a battle.
Even with your lies, I gotta survive. Said I'm gonna survive, I gotta survive. Even with your lies, I'm gonna survive, gotta survive. Said I'm gonna survive.
This is not justice!
No justice, no peace. No justice, no peace.
No peace, no justice!
You're trying to have a judge removed.
I'll sanction her for thousands of dollars for coming to court.
How much money is Mr. K-Man, Mr. Gee paying you and your fellow judges to keep this woman away from her child?
Said I'm gonna survive, I gotta survive. Even with your lies, I'm gonna survive, gotta survive. Said I'm gonna survive, I gotta survive. Even with your lies, I've gotta survive, gonna survive. Said I'm gonna survive, I'm gonna survive. Even with your lies.
To the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show, where we're coming live. Powered by Sweet Recordings. Welcome, welcome. You know, I have to say thank you, God, for giving me another day to be able to do the show and to be able to say I love you to my loved ones. In Jesus' name I pray, amen. I just have to give thanks to the Creator. You know that's right. Because you got to be grateful. You got to be grateful. You know what I mean? Well, I just love that introduction when we always see the movie Three Corners Deception, and you know it's still available on Prime Video. So make sure you go check it out. I have to give some acknowledgments to all my fans. Thank you. Thank you for all your support for watching the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show and Three Corners Deception and following me in your social media. I mean, on my social media, and you already see down here in the thread that where you can find me. And if you can't find me, just Google me, people. I'm on Google. Okay. So Google me up. All right. I mean, you'll find me. I'm not hiding. I always want to express my gratitude to many people because as things go on every day, we have many challenges and you never know how one's feeling when they wake up. Sometimes you feel great and sometimes you don't. Maybe sometimes you just don't want to get up. And we go through that. As you know, I caregive for my mom, and it's hard. It's hard to watch somebody decline every day. Some days is good, some days is not. But you know what's really interesting? It's just the littlest things that make someone happy. And I have to say, my mom is, just going down, and she's like 83 years old. But there's times that she just gets that little glare in her eyes. If I say, do you want a vanilla shake? And she just gets so excited. So you know what? To me, sometimes it's just the small things to pep someone up when they're not feeling as well. Okay. And I want you to remember that because, I'm all about positive psychology. And I want you to understand just that little thing. It's not that you have to buy somebody an expensive gift or, don't get me wrong. Those are nice gestures. But sometimes it's just being there and holding their hand and walking them through a process that you don't understand why sometimes, but it is a process for them. And maybe one day you too. And you will want them to hold your hand and help you get through it. So I'm just letting you know, remember the small things. Because that little small thing for my mom takes me far and it makes her happy just for a little bit. To deal with things. And I just have to show that because, sometimes it's just very hard to just watch somebody, go down this road and you want more of them, but you're trying to encourage them and help them live the best life left. Or, yeah, I guess I should say that because I don't know what's the plan, but I do know it because I'm seeing some things happening. And, questions are asked and I don't have the answers, but I pray. And that's all I really can say. Well, let me tell you something. I'm going to tell you, we have an amazing guest today. And when I introduce him, I have to say that what's amazing about him, I'm going to have to explain that to you on a brief break when I take a commercial. You know why? Because I'm in psychology, and this is where it all started. The meaning of what he did, and he is labeled for. That's where psychology came from. So I'm very, very honored to interview this very intelligent, smart, handsome individual as my guest. But I'm going to take a brief commercial and I'm going to come back. And I don't want you to go anywhere. I just want to make sure that you locked in. But remember, before I introduce everything about him, on my show, I have to know more about this individual, not just what people label, but he sure got a good resume, I tell you that. And on that note, we're going to take a brief commercial and we'll be right back with the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show, powered by Sweet Recordings. Don't go nowhere, fam. We'll be right back.
Even in young individuals, older, communication, active listening, it helps. Because if a person is telling you something, try to listen to something they're saying. I have to say, when you touched about suicide too, people say, oh, well, that's the first time I heard or didn't know. Or are we not communicating? Are we not talking?
Right.
Because how are you not knowing what's going through in this individual's mind? Are we not asking another person? How can you be a wife or a husband and you're in the same home and not knowing what your wife or husband's going through? And then all of a sudden this person commits suicide. I think we need to change that. Where's the communication? Where is not seeking therapy? Is it our pride? Are we ashamed if we're having these thoughts? Because that's where the mental illness is developing even more, because people are not sharing or caring enough, or it's a phase, because that's what I'm seeing, and that's across the board. It doesn't matter who you are. You could be a celebrity, you could be a lawyer, you could be a doctor, you could be a server. It doesn't matter, but you're human. So to me, we need to start changing the communication process. We need to talk.
Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show, powered by Sweet Recordings. We're coming live. Yes, welcome back. I told you I was coming back. All right, now, before I went on break, it was brief. I told you I have amazing guests. Now, don't get me wrong. I have many amazing guests. I think my guests are amazing. I think everyone's amazing. Okay. But this individual, he's done things that, it's unbelievable. And I say that because when you meet someone, you get to know them, but he don't have to know you to help you out. Okay. And this is where I say about psychology. When you're in the military, you're a veteran. This is where psychology started from. If you did not know, clinical psychology started. Veterans went there and fought for the war. They helped people like us, to protect us. See, he didn't know us. He didn't know me. But he cared about protecting us. And that is amazing, okay? And when they went through so many things, they feel that, they've seen so much. So that's where clinical psychology came from. They realized they've been through a lot in their life of just helping people, and they needed psychological help as well to help them. And that's where psychology came from. Just a little bit snippet of where what I endure and what I love, it was developed by veterans like himself, and it came from NAMI. With that being said, he's not just above and beyond a veteran. He's a 3 Purple Star veteran. Get out of here. If you don't know anything about it, go and look it up. Because he's done decades and injured and went through and still went to fight and still was able to. That means he has been down and up and down and up and still was able to fight for our rights. Fought for protection for us, for everyone. That is amazing to me. And I will always honor that because in all the years, even this is like this time we, take our hats off for veterans, but back then it was even more harder and troubling back then to be a veteran. And so just to let you know, this is amazing guest because of the things he cared about you and me. And he didn't have to know us, but he just cared about us. So I'm so honored to welcome, oh wait, you know what? I have to say this because if I don't say this, then he comes on and his name is on there. His name is Venado, but he goes by Poppa Snoop, which
no. How you doing? Good morning. Good afternoon.
Oh, good afternoon. Good afternoon. I see you are just,
Yeah.
I see you just looking down. Am I up or down?
No, I'm up. Okay, I'm up.
All right.
How you doing, Dr. Meleeka?
All right. Thank you. I'm doing good. Thank you. Thank you for being a guest on the Dr. Meleeka Clary show. Sometimes we have these little technical problems sometimes. So I'm so glad for your. I know everything about you. I've researched you. I know that you care about people. I know that you're Snoop Dogg's Poppa. But here's the thing about the Dr. Meleeka Clary show. What I always think is more important is one to know who do you identify yourself to you?
My dad.
A dad.
My dad.
Oh, your dad.
Yeah.
Oh, and okay. Why would you say you identify yourself your dad?
Because okay, my dad, me and Snoop, just like. Okay. Smart, hardworking people, good with money, and love to help people.
That's wonderful.
We love helping people, because my son, he has sent 40 guys to the NFL. Okay. And I have stood by my son through his whole career, him and his homeboys. They never talk about it, but I've been there for 34 years with all of them from day one. When they didn't have anything to where they are right now. I'm proud of that. I watched them go from young wild man, to businessman.
Wow. And now, thank you for sharing that. Let me ask you, when you say that, you love helping people, did that start way back as when you decided to be a veteran?
Well, it really from a kid because I grew up in wealth. My dad, all my dad's people, the Renatos, they all had money at their own business, and some of my friends I grew up with didn't have it like I had it, but I've always been there for them. I've been there for everybody. So I have a long track record of helping people because this is what I do. I love helping people that want to be helped.
And I totally believe you.
Yeah.
Because for you not to know people and sacrifice your life to help people you don't know, that is
Right.
encouraging. You're not
Yeah.
just saying, you're not talking it, you're walking it.
Yeah.
I do believe that. Thank you so much. I appreciate you of that. Let me
Yeah.
ask you, today is hard. People wake up and don't know what direction. We're all followers before we realize we're leaders. I was raised Christian and in Baptist church and things like that. But I don't label anybody. My platforms welcome all types of religion. Is there a religion mechanism that you followed? Because people need something, but I don't know what that something is for them. But they need leadership. And somebody out there might not be a Christian, but they might need something. And maybe you can help with something else. And they would try that too.
Well, I grew up in church. My auntie, but number one, I came from a musical family. On my dad's side, keyboard players and singers and songwriters. On my mom's side, guitar players, singers, and songwriters. I grew up in a small town in Mississippi, McComb, Mississippi. And back then, You have to go to church. You have to go to Bible study. You have to go to conference and prayer meeting. I've done all that. My dad's brother was a preacher, so I grew up Baptist, and my mom and dad went to church every Sunday. And back in my day, you had to wear a suit to church. I look at church today. People go to church with jeans on and stuff, and I don't like that. Okay, go to church with a suit on, look presentable. I'm seeing young ladies going to church with short dresses on. That was unheard of back in my day. I was born in 1949, and I seen the whole world evolve. I'm 76 years old. From 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 my era to this new era. I mean, to each his own. But this new era, man, I don't understand them. I mean, to me, women doesn't have character. They don't have class. Okay, back then, I grew up with real women. My mom and dad was married 48 and a half years. Okay, so I can say that I grew up in a stable family.
Mm-hmm. That's, you know what, and it's interesting you say that because there is different conditions that people are raised in. I think maybe sometime when you are dressed a certain way and you do present yourself away, it shows
Right,
maybe you're serious. You know, you're there to get something out of the word, but you're serious. But then I guess if you're going as you are, then like you said, to each his own. But I
right.
get what you're saying. My mom, she went church, long dress, hat and everything.
All that.
And I get it. I get it. And I actually say that to my daughters. You know what? Just wear a dress. Just wear a dress. And they're like,
Right,
it's cold outside. Just wear a dress.
right,
So,
right, right,
and I do. And they do. I will say that they wear dresses. So
right,
I could see where, and that's because I was kind of raised that way. It just feels like, and it's okay. It's like, to me, I also look at it like it's a time to dress up. Let's dress up, go to church, put your good
right,
clothes on. Come on,
right,
you look like this all week long. So let's
right,
do something. Let's
right.
dress up for the
So,
Lord or something. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah,
I get what you're saying as well.
yeah.
I think sometimes we lose that stretch. You know what I mean? And I think it's sometime it could be because we just want the children to go to church and we're like,
Right,
okay, just go as is. Let's go. As long as we're going. And it can be like that. Because
right.
it can be like that too. It's a new time. It's a new era and it has. But I do respect what you said. So thank you for sharing that.
Mhm.
You know what? On that note, we are gonna, and we do have amazing questions more to ask you because you're such an amazing person, and I just love feeding off of wisdom, and you seem like a lot of wisdom. So on that note, we will be right back with the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show. Do not go nowhere, fam. We'll be back with the amazing and handsome Papa Snoop.
Tell me a little bit about what you do as a clinical psychologist.
Well, I see clients regarding depression, bipolar, personality disorders, because we know we have many out there. So I help people deal with that and their families and everything like that.
And of course, mental health right now at the forefront, so important as people really start to kind of work on. I feel like we're gaining ground to understand that it is something that we can talk about, that we can seek help for.
Yes, it's been important. I think a lot of people didn't realize how important it is since the pandemic, but it's been important, just like physical, your medical condition. So yes, I've always thought it was, but I'm glad that we're getting help. And people are identifying it because that's what's important. Many people wasn't identifying mental health issues. They just thought, oh, maybe you're having a bad day. No, that's labeled depression. If you're constantly having that bad day, every day you're waking up with that feeling, you need to seek help. You need to talk about it, communicate. Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show, where we're with amazing Vanell Papa Snoop. I figured that'd get you, right?
Yeah.
Because you have a unique name, Vanell Venado. I mean, I'm like, you know what? It's an amazing name. It's just interesting. And I like the name. So I got to have your name there somewhere, right?
Right.
So I wouldn't mind you being Papa Snoop. But you're Vanell and it's an amazing name. So thank you, my dear.
Right.
Let me go. Let me get back into this question. Now, here's the thing about it. You're full of wisdom. You have already gave it to me. and I'm listening. But here's the thing about it. Many people are going through so many challenges in this world, and it's so hard. And I know you've already mentioned your age, so that tells me you've been there, done that, or
Right.
still going through it and changing things and seeing
Right.
more things happen. Have it ever been a challenge in your life that you've been through that you did not know how you was going to get out of it,
Oh,
but you got out of it, and here you are? Can you share that if
yeah.
you don't mind? Just one, because I know you got many.
Well, I got a good one for you.
Okay.
Okay. I retired in '95. I worked from the U.S. Postal Service,
Mhm.
and it was a crucial moment because my son was in trouble. So he got through that, but it was the after effect that I thought he had money because they had sold all these records at death row, but come to find out, they all had been robbed. That was a hard time. For 6 years, I had to go into street mode because my son didn't have any money. But what happened was one day in '98, I got this one phone call that changed his whole life. It was Master P from No Limit Records. I was in my son's backyard. He had a gazebo, cleaning the gazebo, yeah, because the spot up, and my phone rang. It was Master P. I didn't know who he was, but I seen a 504 area code pop up, and I know that I got that's New Orleans, that's Louisiana. I got that's where all my cousins are, and he told me to bring Snoop down to No Limit. He really saved my son's career. I want to thank him for it. But for 6 years, now I'm retired. I don't get paid until I'm 62 years old. I retired at 47 years old. Okay,
Mhm.
but things didn't work out the way I planned it. Then I was on the road with my son for a long time. But in the meantime, I was soaking up knowledge about the music business. Now I've been in music all my life. I had a group back in high school. My sister was a producer at Stack Records. My sister's 6 years older than me. So when I began to see the business end of the music business, I said, man, I'm in trouble because I didn't know which way to turn.
Yeah.
So I hooked up with DJ Pooh that filmed The Wash and Friday. I was with him for 6 years doing film. So I fell in love with film. This and moving fast forward, I got a movie coming out in November with Lil Duval. I got a movie out right now with Michael J. White called Trouble Man. I was in All Eyes on Me. So I've been out there with some of the best actors. Mike Epps, Method Man, Keith Sweat. I've done all this stuff. And I know for a fact I can act with anybody. 'Cause I've always been a jokester anyway. People love being around me. That was the lowest point in my life. But I finally got myself back up off the ground. My phone call came in 2001. I was wounded 3 times in Vietnam. One of my friends I was in Vietnam with, living in Wilmington, Delaware, he called me, and during that time I was driving limousines. I was
Yeah.
driving Ed McMahon from the Johnny Carson show. 'Cause, like
Oh.
in LA, I'm driving Axis every day. I met a whole lot of people, right?
Yeah.
And he said, "Man, I got my 100%. He should fly to Philly and spend a week with me, and I'm gonna show you how to get yours." That was 2001. 2002, I got my 100%. I got back paid 15 years back. So now I'm back on my feet. Now I got income. You know, to compound that, I get Social Security disability. But now I'm back on track. I'm not mad at my son, but lead me down the wrong road. But he was in trouble, and when people in trouble, they do anything for help. But I was there for him. Two
Yeah.
and a half years in that courtroom. Moving fast forward, my grandson get me into the cannabis business in Arizona. This is how I ended up in Arizona.
Yeah.
He said, "Grandpa," he said, "get off the sofa. I have a man cave in my house in Douglasville, Georgia. Just get off the sofa and come get what you deserve in this business." Because my grandkids really didn't know what I did, what I had did. They thought I was just a regular grandfather, but when they started talking to some of my son's friends that I worked with, they said, "Man, no, your grandfather this and that." And here I am. So, but I admit, thank God that he put me in the cannabis business. That's how I met my agent Tina and my cameraman Eric. And here I am. And now since July last year, we have did so many things. I met so many people here in Arizona, influential people. Because down in Georgia, Georgia's different.
Yeah.
I had to be careful how I move because I'm 75% black. I
Yeah.
got to Arizona, I'm around millionaires and billionaires, which is it's nothing new to me. And I got big time love here, but I want to give my agent Tina and Eric. They're the machine. I'm just a face. That's the worst thing. That's the worst thing I've been through in my life. But by me being an OG and by me being a Vietnam vet, if I survive Vietnam, can survive anything.
Woo! You are right about that.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
love
So
that you said
it,
that.
it's about believing in yourself. You know what I'm saying? But my father always tell me, you get knocked down in the lab, get back up and keep fighting. And here I am. Now I'm more relaxed than I've ever been. Then I met you at the Oscars. And I never thought that
That's
you and I never. I mean, I knew you was a doctor, but I never thought that you and I would be doing a podcast. But thank you for inviting me, Meleeka, and hopefully I see you next year at the Oscars. I had fun with you and your crew, and you super cool. But you
Thank
are.
you.
Yeah,
Thank you. I
yeah,
appreciate you.
yeah.
Thank you. I really do. You know what? That's amazing for you to say that to me. Thank you. Because I love the things you love, helping people, but
Yeah,
also sharing is caring. And that's what it's all about. So
right,
when I saw you and I heard what you're about, being a veteran. Like I told
right,
you, clinical psychology was developed from the army, you know what I
right,
mean? And war. So that's what caught me so much. And not just that, and I don't mean any way if anybody takes this any way,
right,
but a person of color in the army, that wasn't a lot. You know what I mean? And you've done it numerous of times.
right,
And it's just like, wow. Because I can't imagine I can't imagine that some people I might speak to that might have been of color then and might say, no, I'm not going. But you going.
right,
You did it, and that's your character. That's in the heart. You can't change that, and I love
right,
that. And that registers with me more than anything. I love that because I'm pro bono. So I don't, charge anybody for anything, any services.
right.
So I appreciate what you do. So thank you
Mhm.
for sharing and all the ups and downs about things, that you've been through. So that's wisdom, people. I love learning things from people, and this is something I'm learning. So thank
Right,
you again.
right.
Let me ask you another question here. What's so really important to people that should be important but seem not to be? What do you do for self care for you?
Well, for self care, I take care of myself. Number one, I'm always moving, and I told my grandkids, I've been retired for 30 years, right? And
Hmm.
all my friends I retired with at the post office, laid around, and I lost my last one last year because it wasn't mobile.
Yeah.
My thing was to retire, and then go into my dreams, my aspirations that on what I wanted to do. I'm not to sit around and type because I came from a hardworking family. My dad had a landscaping business. My mom was a housewife, but it was moved into my family. And one thing my dad always tell me, he said, if you grow up in a household and no one's going to work, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to work. Well, I've been working since I was 7 years old. Now, once I came off the road with my son, I was kind of lost. I asked myself, what am I going to do? Well, I'm a landscape designer because my dad had a landscaping business. So
Mm.
I started my landscaping business. I see have my landscaping business. I'm a landscape designer. I cut grass for my dad down south, but I'm a designer. And
Hmm.
a lot of people guys go to schools for a landscape designer, but people don't realize all landscapers do the same thing. Okay, hardscape that's not my bag. Landscape is my bag. Flower beds, and I don't need blueprints. My blueprint is right here because I've done it for so long. So and then now I'm doing a podcast. I got a movie coming out. I got 3 movies on the table right now. I'm not gonna talk about it.
Hmm.
And as soon as the phone ring, I'll be doing some more movies. But film is my passion. But me and Tina, I'm doing things I'm fighting for the Vietnam vets, Agent Orange, homeless vets, and helping my veterans get 100%. I got some more guys that was in Iraq and Afghanistan. They are trying to help the veterans stop committing suicide. I didn't know it was that many veterans that was killing themselves.
Yep.
Vietnam, you had a handful, but Afghanistan and Iraq, they doing it like it's nothing. But the reason why they doing it, hear me out, Dr. Meleeka.
Yes.
When I got drafted and went to Vietnam, I only had to do one tour. The guy I talked to that was in Iraq and Afghanistan, they're doing 3 tours. Now imagine if I had to do 3 tours in Vietnam. I made it out once, but I'm going back, and I know what I'm going back to. That's why these guys lose their wives, they lose their kids because mentally they all screwed up.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm against that. But my job right now here in Arizona, because down in Georgia, the veterans, it's not big down there. Last year, I went to a golf tournament. I was around about maybe almost 10,000 veterans. I could not believe it. I call all my friends. I say, "Hey, man, out here in Arizona, the veterans care. They care about one another, which they do." So I got involved. Y'all read about me. I was the VFW, American Legion, and the DAV. And I'm loving having a platform to speak, to let people know how Vietnam vets was treated.
Yeah.
We didn't get a ticker tape parade. When I got back to Vietnam, my mother and father looked at me. I'm thinking I'm gonna get a big hug. They thought I was crazy. I got a few people in my family right now. They say, "Oh, Vietnam messed them up." Now Vietnam didn't mess me up. People mess you up. Think about it. People that you're around, the wrong people can mess you up if you hang around them long enough. Okay. Me, I'm a loner. I'm laid back. I got very few people that I deal with.
That's right.
Period. All my friends are women. A lot of guys like, man, why do you hang around women? Because women get things done. Women is the backbone to America. I give women props. I wouldn't be where I am right now. It was for Tina. Women. Okay. That's my go-to. Y'all, you guys. Period.
That's right.
And I've been blessed to be around all these educated millionaires, whatever they are. All this doing is really influenced me to really step my game up. So to you, Dr. Meleeka, Tina, thank y'all.
You're so welcome. I
No, on
just
the
love
real, thank you. What
you. Are
I
so
took, like I said,
welcome.
what you guys is my rock, women,
Aw,
in a good
such a
way.
ladies' man.
Yeah.
The best things. I see where you get all this wisdom. You're such a charmer. I love it. What a beautiful smile, too. I'm just being myself. When we first met, I don't change. I love it. I love it. I have a couple more questions, but on that note, I am going to take a brief commercial, and we will be right back with the wonderful Danelle Vidado, Papa Snoop's Papa,
Yep.
and on the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show. We'll be right back. Don't go nowhere, fam. We'll be right back.
And I wanted to do the show, which I was asked to do so, but I had to do it my way. And my way is this: I want to know, who are you? I mean, I could tell you what I am. I'm a filmmaker, I'm an actress, I'm a mom, I'm a doctor. But who am I? Who do I identify myself as to myself? You have a lot of people walking around here and they don't know who they are. Mm-hmm. And that's what it's about. It's who are you? Because I interview celebrities, I interview doctors, lawyers, average folks. I mean, you could be a nurse, it doesn't matter. I'm going to interview, but I'm not just going to interview about you. I'm going to interview, who are you to you? Who do you identify yourself? Because believe it or not, that's a very interesting question. And a lot of times it's hard to answer.
Absolutely.
A lot of people don't understand that.
Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show, where we are still with my amazing and handsome guest, Papa Snoop. Papa Snoop, thank you for coming back. Oh, you know what? It's always a pleasure. Let me ask you another question here. Here's the thing. When you get out of the bed, and this is where I have to say, you mentioned your age because you said 76, but no, you don't look 76, but you mentioned it, so I'm going to go there. Okay. So here's the thing. What motivates you to get out of that bed when people today do not want to get out of bed? And you mentioned about veterans and suicide and stuff like that. So you already know the struggle. You know it's a struggle that people don't have motivation. And it starts from getting out of the bed. Let me
Right.
ask you that question. What motivates you? Because there's many people on my platform is looking at you as a leader because they need something and something you might have that they can try, what would be that motivation for you?
Here's the thing. My body wakes me up every morning at 5:30 because that's what I'm used to. I did it with my dad, post office, you know what I'm saying? So I don't need an alarm clock. My time is impeccable for us to get up. What motivates me to get out of bed, every day is a new day. Every day is something different. So my thing is to make something happen for me every single day that's different. Okay. I like keeping my mind occupied. Okay. I'm a businessman for one. I eat, sleep, think business. Like my dad always tell me, you can't make money laying down. So I'm up every morning at 5:30. I really get up about 7, take a shower, go for a walk, and then I plan my day. But what I do, I plan my day eh, before I go to bed. I plan for the next day. My main thing is keep my mind occupied. On Mondays, that's my off day. Okay, but by me being retired, every day is off day. But Monday's my off day. But Tuesday through Friday, that's work day. I'm going to come to see Tina. Me, Tina, and Eric put our brains together so I can keep doing what I'm doing, rolling. It's all about being motivated. It's all about making things happen. I'm not gonna lay in the bed. Like I said, 5:30 every morning, I am up. To me, it's all about progress. Doesn't matter how old you are. There's always room for improvement. That's who I am.
Oh, I love it. I love it. And you know
Yeah,
what? You said that well, because that's what I see too. You are
yeah,
like I want to say a glass of fresh water, you know. And I say that because there's people at your age don't want to do things. And you're
right.
out here doing movies, you're out here doing podcasts, you're out here going
Podcast. I'm
to
going to
events.
meet and greet. Here's the thing.
Yes.
Your Dr. Malika, our bodies was meant to move. Think about it. Okay, so I'm just because I'm 76, I'm really more active than some of these young people.
you
Okay,
you telling the truth too.
right. Most of them don't like computer, a cell phone. They have no motivation. I mean, I've been like this my entire life. My whole family was like this. We grew up working. We used to moving. All my sisters, two sisters that were school teachers. We all retired. I came from a family of 12, 6 girls and 6 boys. We all finished school. We never been in trouble. And at the end of the doggone day, my mom and dad told us when we finished high school, you got to leave home. Go out there and find your way. I can thank God for that. So that being said, when I get up in the morning, I got things to do. Okay, I got things to do. I'm not gonna sit at
I
home and
love
watch
it.
the days of my life as the world turn. I'm making the world turn. Okay, I'm making the world. Hey, on the real.
I love it.
Yeah. So that's
I
who I
just
am.
love it. I
Yeah.
love it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you something. I love that you said that, because at this time people need to be more motivated and just do something, just to keep yourself busy, because that's part of keeping your mind fresh, reading something, doing something, being active. And as you
Right.
said, you're active in the community as well. You know what I mean?
Right.
Finding out what really is going on with other people and educating them about these different situations. And that's something that I love that you mentioned during this interview. So I appreciate you give motivation. Me just hearing you, I'm ready to go run out there and do some more
Right.
stuff. I think I'm not doing enough.
Dr. Malika, check it out. The world has a lot to offer, but it won't give it to you unless you go out there and give it a try. Like the old guy told me a long time ago. He said, the, the, uh, the, the worst thing in the world you have to number one, you have to live on the edge. The worst chance you can take in life is not taking one at all, because if you don't take it, you will never know. But if you take it, who knows? People got to realize when you walk out your door every morning, you taking a chance. And life of a chance, so why not take a chance? I've been taking chances my entire life. My son's the same way. But you see my son, what my son is doing? Yeah, he got that from me and my dad. My grandkids got it from me. So my grandkids, I'm proud of them. They all doing good. They all homeowners. They're good fathers. That's one thing I like about my grandson. They're real good fathers. And they got to tell them everything starts with me. I'm grandpa. And my grandkids would come to me for info before they come to my son for info. But for some reason, my son been in Hollywood since he was 19 years old. He used to everybody running behind him, kissing up to him, doing things for him. And he asked me one day, Pops, why do my kids go to you for info and don't come to me after Sue? You live in fantasy land. I'm living reality. And I got all my grandkids in a Roth IRA. They all got real estate. My granddaughter, they flipping houses. This is because of me. My Snoop, he can't do what I do because, like I said, he been in Hollywood. I'm in Hollywood too when I have to be in Hollywood. Okay, but I can care less about Hollywood. If I became the biggest actor in the world, I'm still gonna be burned up without her. That's something that does not phase me. Okay,
I love it.
a lot of people tell me, "Oh, you superstar's father, but you don't act like it. How am I supposed to act?" That's his career. That's what he do.
Right.
This is what I do.
That's right.
You understand?
I love it. I love
Yeah.
it.
So that's my motivation. I mean, I make things happen. Now I got Tina and Eric putting the icing on the cake. Hey, I'm dangerous. Now I am dangerous. Okay, so get ready. Here I come.
I love it. I love it. Oh, and you know what? Kudos to Tina because she is amazing. She's a good person, and I got a chance to meet her, and we talked with the connection. She's great. So Tina, love you, girl. Throw that out there. Tina, I got you.
I kind of girl.
I do. I do. Let me just ask you this too, and I appreciate all the wisdom and everything. But you know what? I want to say this too. You are.
Doctor, you breaking up.
I
You
would say.
breaking up. You breaking up.
Oh, you know what? That is this
Okay, that's better.
internet.
That's
It's
better.
so internet. You know what? I always got to apologize to my people. They know it's internet issues. It wouldn't be me. I wouldn't want to cut up between, but I have no control over it. So,
I know. Right.
unfortunately, but I'm still here. So you hear me good now. That's
Yeah.
good. Let me ask you this here. And you know what? When you mentioned, I just want to comment on when you mentioned about, Snoop Dogg and you and your grandchildren come, you know what? And I feel the same. Like my children will go to my mom. Is it because they just have this comfort, like you have this grandparent comfort? Because
Yeah.
it's just kind of weird. And I really do want to ask this question because I see that the grandchildren favor the grandparents, but then what about the parents? And but I think because we're running and doing this and doing that, but the grandparents have time to sit back and tell you the story or two. Is
Right.
that part of it?
Yeah. Because I'll tell you what, my grandfather died when I was 9 years old, but my grandmother died when I was 21. And everything when my mom, I thought my mom was gonna give me ass whipping. I run to
Yeah.
grandma. I run to grandma. It's something
Oh,
about those. Here's the deal. It's something about a grandparent, especially if you're a good grandparent, that gonna make your kids go to them first before you come to you. Me and my grandmother had had these conversations that I would never tell my mom. It's like my grandmother and my grandfather. They was like kings and queens to me. Period. So here I am. I'm a great grandfather. I got seven great grandkids, and they all come to me. I got four granddaughters, great granddaughters, three great grandsons. When I come around, they boom, they run right to me, give me a hug. They all over me. I love that because they feel something in me that they don't feel in my grandson and his wife. And that's how it is. But
that is.
I'm a good grandfather. I'm a good great grandfather, and my main thing is to before I leave this world, I want to see my great grandkids grow up. They're growing up right now. I see them. They're in school. They're making good grades, and the thing about it, it's fun when I come around them. All of them they run directly to me.
You're amazing. I love that. I love that. And
Yeah.
that's why I care for my mom. She's 83, and we don't take one day for granted. I'm a
Right.
caregiver for her. She stays at my house, but I've
Right.
always been with her. Like she's always been with me since I was
Right.
18, and before that was with her. So
Well, my code is treat people the way you want to be treated. Okay. Help those who need help. Okay. Keep your
That's
head to
right.
the sky. Okay,
That's
be
right.
the best person you can be every day. That way, God is going to bless you, and people are going to respect you. Okay, that's my quote. But I've always reached out to people. Some people I reached out with just didn't appreciate it. Some people I reached out to appreciate it. But that's my job every day. When I get up, if I can help somebody, I give somebody some motivation. That's what I'm going to do. I get man. You got to realize I've been around the world so many times with my son. I can't count it. Before my son was born, I had been to Vietnam, Hong Kong, and Bangkok. So I have that life experience, but I pass my wisdom on to young guys. And I let them know life comes in phases. Think about it. From the time you're born until you graduate from high school, you got mom and dad taking care of you, right? This is what I told my grandsons. From 18 to 30 years old, that's the most crucial time of your life. That's going to be a telltale sign on where you're going in life. My dad would always tell me, you got to do stuff while you're young. He said, once you pass 50 years old, you ain't worth killing. So I did all my damage from my 18 to 30 years old. 25, I bought my first piece of income property. I'm a real estate investor. I just bought my 40th house, number 40 out here in Arizona. And now my second grandson, he bought 100 acres of land in Cordelia, Georgia, between Macon and Albany. My other grandson, he out from real estate. My granddaughter's in real estate. So I tell them, people are going to always need a place to stay. I tell everybody, buy land. Land will take care of itself. And while you're sleeping, you're making money. Financially, I'm set for the rest of my life. But like I told my grandkids, I don't need $1 million to be happy. I just need a consistent income. So, do it, but that's who I am. And now I'm out here in Arizona. Arizona has given me new life. I'm going to go back to Georgia, sell my house. Now I'm closer to my family. I'm 45 minutes away because my entire family's on the West Coast. I spent most of my life on the West Coast. But I love Arizona because I'm around a different group of people. Yeah, it get real hot out here. I don't care about that. Okay, this has this state has really gave me new life. Like it's like I'm starting all over again, but in a good way.
That is.
I've been in Georgia, in Atlanta, Georgia, 21 years. I got a house there, but I'm always on the West Coast. So my next move right now, I'm waiting for these movies to materialize. But in the meantime, I'm doing other stuff in between. My job, Eric and Tina, we out here working. We making things happen.
That is.
Okay, you can't make things happen unless you're out there in a mix. You feel me? Like tonight, we're going to the event tonight, but we always out there. People, my name is pretty big out here right now. And I've been out here with a year, less than a year. My name is big, Papa Soup, because I'm doing something positive for the community. I'm dealing with young people, 20, 35, 40 years old. And they respect me because they see what my son is doing, and they know that he's doing that because I've been that way. I've always pushed them. I always told them, don't be like me, be better than me. Tell my grandkids the same thing. Show up, but don't show up and don't show out.
There you go.
Okay. And that's who I am, Dr. Meleeka.
I love it. I love it.
You're a clinical psychologist.
Yes.
Filmmaker.
Yes.
Actress.
Yes.
Model.
Yes.
How do you find the time to everything?
Well,
it's amazing. Many congratulations with everything.
Thank you. I think life, that's what it is. I mean, I'm 50, so I have a lot of life there. So experiences and challenges and, things I wanted to do in life.
I just love, I can feel the passion that you have for your work. Yes. I can feel that. And you and I have only just met this morning.
Mm-hmm.
But you have so much involvement with people, your patients, clients, and you love it, don't you? You really do.
I do.
Welcome back to the Dr. Meleeka Clary Show. We are still with the amazing and handsome Papa Snoop. I love it. I love it. I love it. Sorry for all the technical problems and things that we've been having. Papa Snoop, I mean, really, so sorry. But you know what? I'm still going to get this story out here. And I know people are going to just enjoy it. They're enjoying it. Let me ask you, how do people support what you're doing? You've mentioned you're doing movies and podcasts and interviews and events. How do they support you? They can also Google you. I know that. Do you have a social media base or anything
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that?
DM me on my Instagram page. It's POP Snoop. One word. POP Snoop. So
All right.
DM me and I will get at you. Okay. And
Okay.
man, by the way, I have 95 95.8 followers. 1,000. Okay. I'm getting close to 100,000.
And we need to get you more.
No,
Okay.
Doc, I'm going to get more. But I'm telling you why. If you look at my Instagram page, you're gonna see every time you look at it, I'm doing this, I'm doing it. I just got back from Sedona. Sedona. I was in New Mexico not so long ago. My team, we all about moving and shaking. Okay, so follow me on my Instagram page, and one thing you're gonna see on my page is that I'm a family man. I did a commercial with my son Father's Day. He has him and my grandson has some ice cream out called Dr. Bombay. Now he has out Snoop sickles, like popsicles, Snoop sickles. And I was with all I did a commercial. I'd be in LA Friday, me, Tina, and Eric, my grandson have a poker tournament, but they're going to show the commercial that we did. So don't forget Dr. Bombay ice cream and soup circles. Try some if you're an ice cream lover.
Oh
Okay.
yes. Is it all over? So I can go to
Yeah.
the store and
Yeah.
get some?
It's a Walmart. Do you guys have a Kroger's store in
Yes, I do.
okay, Kroger's, you'll find it.
Okay.
Costco's.
Costco. Okay. I
Yeah.
love the ice cream. I love ice cream. And you know what? There's so many things that I support a lot of people. I think your son
Right.
also makes a red wine. I've had that. It's pretty good red
Oh,
wine.
well, here's the deal. You bought 19 crimes. My grandson just came out with America's Most Wanted with Tupac and Snoop.
Oh really? Okay. I gotta
Yeah,
try it.
yeah.
I gotta try
I
it.
mean, I'm not a wine drinker. I'm not a wine drinker. I know women love wine. I don't drink liquor. Wine, I eat liquor. I'm a beer drinker.
Yeah, I like wine.
Yeah,
I'm
but
actually
everybody, Dr. Malik, women love wine because this is what you guys do. I'm a beer drinker. That's our remnants from Vietnam because that's all we did in Vietnam was drink beer. Okay. But liquor and wine, I have it at home. If you came to my house right now, I got plenty of liquor, I got plenty of wine, but it's collected dust because I don't deal with it.
that sounds like invitation to have me a toast.
Yeah. Yeah.
It is such a blast. I know before we have any more technical issues, because I know we're gonna have them, because I see myself kind of in slow motion.
Thank you.